Hi officers, so welcome to week 2. We just watched the video of linguistic determinism from YouTube, and it was probably a new topic for the majority of you. So basically the breakdown of it is understanding that the native language that we are indoctrinated to, no matter what it is, shapes the way that we perceive our reality. So the words that we use, those words have references of positive, negative, or neutral connotations of what it is referring to. So it's a complicated concept, but basically how the words that we use, so say bird. The word bird itself isn't actually the thing that flies in the sky. The thing that flies in the sky creates a feeling, so when we talk about them, it is positive, negative, or neutral. Those languages, maybe it's the sound, maybe it's the use, whatever we're indoctrinated into kind of shapes that for us. So it brings it to light for these concepts in our journal because we have the power to change that. So we want to take regular day things. Let's take key, for example. For some, that may be it locks things, it closes it off, or it protects. For others, it opens the door, it welcomes new things. Positive, negative, or neutral. It depends on your connotations and your reality that you perceive it for. So as we understand the different subcultures of this linguistic determinism, I want you to understand that we have the power to change it. So whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, we're able to change those images, those concepts, and those realities in our day-to-day lives. So it's easy to see in simple examples. Let's take puppy. So if you write that word down in your journal, you can bring in different descriptive words that they have feelings towards puppy. So for some of you, that may be negative. For some of you, those may be positive. And for some of you, that just may be neutral. And that's okay. But the way we communicate about them solidifies those feelings. So we want to take that, kind of narrow the perspective and use it for something else. Maybe it's work. The word work, it brings up certain feelings for each individual. And those feelings, let's say, may be negative. You don't like work, it stresses you out. Long hours, you don't like your boss, you don't like your coworkers, it's all negative. Those affect your reality. Those affect your feelings, those day-to-day, that increases your stress. So the point of this is we can reframe that. Maybe let's take that word and associate it to something positive. So in your journal, write down the word work. Now also write down what you can work towards. So instead of thinking of the negative connotations that may surround it, let's take it in a positive spin and say you are working towards a promotion. You are working towards a faster running mile. You are working towards something that you have a positive relationship with. Go ahead and write that in your journal. Okay, so now we took some simple terms such as puppy and word, and we want to break it down and focus on more specific events relating to work. So instead of generalized terms, we're going to go into specifically 3 stressful events that are either currently causing you stress or continually causing you stress at work, okay? And I want you to think critically about these prompts. So think about why you became a police officer in law enforcement. Was it because you wanted to protect? Was it because you love suspense? Was it some other reason? What drew you to this profession? Everyone's events are going to be different, but let's take an example such as homicide. That word in itself in our language is negative connotation. It's going to bring in extreme amount of stress when involved in a homicide case. But we want to shift that focus and try to find something that you have gained, learned, and something positive that you can take away. So those 3 things I want you to write down for each of those stress events. We're going to take homicide as an example. So what you gained, learned, and positive may seem challenging to come from the word homicide, right? But we can flip it and think about what we gained from it. You gained trust in the system and your colleagues to protect and serve. You learned in a high stress situation that you are calm, cool, and collected. In a positive takeaway, let's say the homicide dealt with a married couple and you found the murderer. The positive takeaway is you brought justice for that husband or wife and the case is closed. So the positive takeaways are important. That's what's going to create these words that may seem negative or neutral, and find positive feelings or emotions to create a new reality for you. So now you have a better understanding of what it means to actually reframe a word or event and the viewpoints around it. I want you to take a moment and journal how you can take these lessons that we learned today and apply them to your home life and your work life. These concepts are going to play a large role in your day-to-day, and by recognizing them and journaling about them, they will create a new reality for you of a positive outlook. And I want you to take this next week, come back in about a week, and see how you've done. Have you been able to reframe? Have you been able to conceptualize a new reality based on the words that you are using and the feelings surrounding them?